They won't die for that shit.
It happened just before 6:30 in the eastbound lanes of Route 273 between Route 13 and Quigley Boulevard. Police say the search continues for the driver, who struck and killed a woman and then sped off. It was a disturbing discovery at a college campus in Sandton, Delaware. The body of an unsolved
covered them.
for more than a month.
I covered the tree too.
You did?
Because he bullied Leo. Every time Leo
So
goes
far,
to
I've only seen 2 for real, and I got him.
He's trying to bully Leo. And Leo don't want no problem, so he just walk away from it. He do the same thing with Oreo. Leo just walk away. But he already had a bunch of treats, so I ain't gonna say her and let him eat Leo's too.
And then though he's stalking him because he look, what you about to do?
Cause he like, where the fuck them treats go? He got them in a secret pocket in his fur. I covered him up. Can't get him. If you go back downstairs before me sometime soon, I left the box of tacos out on the counter.
Put them away. I got you. Yes, ma'am.
But I had just left them out in case, you know, anybody wanted another one. I do have one here.
Okay. Can you get me from this? It won't move from it. No, I was trying to go inside the YouTube, but they keep just right there, like it won't come out of this. There we go. Like, what's the fucking going on?
A short time ago, the Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel.
There we go.
Two vehicles took over, and one ended up in a ditch just left of Route 206 in Mount Holly. One of the drivers was killed, another person was injured, but is expected to survive. Police are still trying to figure out how it all happened. On another front, our winter warm-up continues. Tomorrow will be another day of above-average temperatures.
This is my home, you're welcome.
We'll be back in the winter here by the weekend.
Right away.
I wear a million-dollar shade. You can't see my eyes unless my head is bent. You dig?
And as you know, we are now in a situation where if they are 30 years or older, at this point going into real drive, I don't give a flying fuck how they play. They better have to, for them to be, to keep an X Factor or a superstar, they better have played super. I don't care if they had 1 sack less or, you know what I'm saying? Like, they literally got to play like they belong on Superstar X Factor at this age, knowing that we're going into real drive. So, if you got them and you wasn't listening to me, and I told you if you pick up these old ass fucking players and you think you're gonna keep them old ass players playing, got news for you. Alright, so Deshaun Watson, he kind of played last year, but let's take a look at him. Alright, so in my opinion, you look at Deshaun Watson's career, you know, he's played at a high level his entire career. Last year he had to split time, and in that splitting time, he still had a good year considering he split time with a quarterback that's no longer the starter over there in Philadelphia anyway. Because of that, I do think Deshaun Watson deserves to stay at least on Superstar. Because I like the numbers, 34 touchdowns, 18 picks, and you only played half the season at 3,353 yards passing. Not 70% on the year. I love it. I love it. Somebody really, in my opinion, that want to make a playoff push, that got a young quarterback right now, and you're looking to, you know, maybe use this season as a playoff run for you, I would go get him, seriously. Because to me, I mean, the only reason why he comes down from that X factor is because the coach didn't start him as a full-time starter, and now he's the backup quarterback on the New York Giants roster right now. So I am going to bring him down to a superstar unless somebody gets him and wants to use him, and then we can bring that back into conversation if he deserves to go back up to that X factor. As you look through these ages right now, we go down Patrick Mahomes. Now Patrick Mahomes, the question is he still playing at X Factor? No. And the whole thing is this, you know, when you're not playing your games, computer playing for you a lot too, you kind of lose credibility on if I should keep him up. Like, now, this is the thing. Patty's 31 years old, and he's pretty much safe because of the computer games that's happening with him. So I'm conflicted in a way. As much as I would want to drop Patrick Mahomes, I don't think he deserves to be dropped yet. Rich the Barber's playing. He's playing his games with him. I think he stays there. Obviously, Josh Allen was one of the better throwers last year. So, you know, nothing happens there. Joe Burrow will not be on Superstar Star. He's going straight down the window. I don't know, Max, if you watch, are you already trying? You in free agency already, right, Max?
Yeah, I got a lot of guys already there. Some guys, you'll see him just 12. You'll see them throughout, and as soon as you drop their ability,
just look at these running backs. And see, this is funny, you know, you look at Tyson Williams throughout his career, by default, he had a bad 2025 year because he wasn't productive. Hitch Israel stole the job that year, and, you know, regular season superstar, we're going to talk about him too. He might get his own segment. Alright, but because Arizona didn't use him then, most people be like, alright, you got to keep him on X Factor. Fuck no. 103 carries, 600 yards, 11 touchdowns. I don't even think he belongs on Superstar, X Factor. maybe a star right now, but the problem is the production is down no matter what. He's not even a starting running back on his team right now. So he's coming down. It was great. It was great while you know what I mean? It was great while it lasted. And if I was Los, I would have used him last year and made sure he got 1,000 yards, kept him on superstar at least. Alright, Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb had an outstanding season last year. He literally spearheaded the Browns' success on what they did in the playoffs. So we like Nick Chubb numbers. He stays what he is. Walk right up to the sun, hand in hand. Walk right up to the sun. We want it. Alright, so Miles Sanders for the Philadelphia Eagles, now the New York Giant, definitely comes down.
Free agency guy waiting for him to drop so I can release him back to the league.
Well, we've seen Miles Sanders' last days in the NFL because the moment he dropped to normal, he's going to leave. He ain't going to be on in free agency after this year. All right, here's a good one right here. Saquon Barkley. 30-year-old Saquon. So, I mean, obviously his production went down from New York to LA. But, you know, in LA, 26 touchdowns last year. He had 14 touchdowns, but he dropped down to 4.4 yards a carry. He was 1,000-yard back. And he had more carries, 238.
Receiving wise, too. So maybe
Look at him as a receiver. 42 catches, 30. We're looking at a superstar. We're not looking at an X Factor anymore.
Yeah, man. I like superstar, man. Yeah, Corey, name the videos this year. Farewell Saquon. I'll send this the fuck out of here.
Take this down to 10 mil. Ronald Jones.
Chopper Rowley.
After an amazing career, Ronald Jones, 3 MVPs, 2 3,000-yard seasons. No season except for when he lost his starting job where he ran for under. I mean, he scored under 40 touchdowns. It's none. And then there's the season where they drafted a new running back, and 28 carries later, he is no longer the Ronald Jones we know. We're going to definitely give a farewell salute to Ronald Jones. Got a lot of guys to talk about individually too, man. It's about that time. David Montgomery. Nothing to discuss. the 30-year-olds at the running back position. Anybody got any slid in fullbacks they try and hide? Dallas Goddard. This tricky. I see what the guys, what a guy like D West want to do, but guess what, buddy? Sorry. I told Craig and them I was gonna kick it with them. Gotta go. All right. Wide receivers. I mean, Reek already down to a star. Can he come down anymore? The fact that Reek is still running around for the Chiefs is crazy.
Okay.
Alright, we're back in the same conversation again. Calvin Ridley, what did he do this year?
Drop a rally.
I mean, ain't no arguing this time around. He's dropped, bottom line. He hasn't done nothing. Now, John Ross had a season last year. But did he have an X Factor season last year? No, he didn't. Is that even superstar numbers right there? I don't think this is superstar numbers. Now, he pulled out for the Jets. I mean, it wasn't a bust like the Jets really used him last year. But I'm just looking at it, and you look at, you know, his age. This is average yards amongst the league. 58 catches, 1145, 9 touchdowns. That's not X Factor or superstar football.
I mean, what's his other receivers do, though? Wouldn't we take that?
Yeah, bro, I wouldn't take that in consideration. You want to take a superstar X Factor is somebody that's a dominant player in the league. A superstar player is somebody that's a dominant player in the league, right? My thing is,
he was dominant for his team in a sense, though, and if that's the argument, and produced 1,000 yards. If we're making that argument for what Saquon did.
All right, so the fact that you even making this thing, I like it. Way to be here for me, buddy. I like it. So my thing is this. All right, so he went from the New York Giants to the New York Jets. He went right up the street, right? And his production at a superstar level, because John Ross wasn't a superstar. But let's just look at, 2021. This is what we did. New York Giants. See, remember when we tell guys that you don't have to have a fucking major season with a guy for them to go up as long as you get those tandem breakouts, right? So John Ross went up from a star to a superstar to an X Factor because of the tandem breakouts. So you look at his seasons, 50 catches in 2022 at 18 touchdowns. Excuse me. He was inconsistently. He had 10 there. He always had double digits. He had a really great year here. This was that standout year at this point. Comes back, does half of that touchdown-wise and yards. Then you go back to 26. Now, these are New York Jet numbers right now. So, to me, you do have a good argument here with John Ross. But I think John Ross is a star. I don't think he is even remotely left to playing superstar football. 58 catches for 1,145 will put him at the bottom of the league with yards and touchdowns.
I mean, yeah.
So argue, tell me why I should move him from X Factor just to superstar, and not just because this was one of your favorite players when you had him.
I mean, I just feel like schematically it's a different organization. The Jets run the ball a hell of a lot more than the Giants do. So this is still barred impressive superstar level for not even for the Jets like that singular team, but just in the landscape of usage. And I feel like if anything, we could knock him to superstar and didn't do like a 6 or 8 week or a 10-week checkup and then come back and knock him back down if he's not getting used, by choice at that point. But to say that John Ross wasn't getting used out of the trade and put to a level of 1,000-yard level, that's not the case. He was a 1,000-yard guy. He missed double-digit touchdowns by 1 touchdown. So I mean, that's better than a lot of guys that are on superstar that might get a bypass. Or guys, second receivers don't even have what John Ross had. In some scheme, on some teams.
You sold me. Alright, let's continue to go down now. John Ross, how about A.J. Brown at 30 years old for the Tennessee Titans? Is there any argument here?
Probably not. I've been not even looking no more once you said A.J. Brown. Started looking away. Yeah, no. It says make him normal.
He was talking about Ross.
Oh, he's just hating. I ain't gonna lie. A1 probably would have been the same guy coming to get John Ross if he came in the league earlier.
But see, that's what I think. I think you're taking up for a player that you built and made something in this league.
I just think he's still. I mean, it's a different
because
scheme,
those numbers, touchdowns and yards and catches, would have had him somewhere at the bottom of the stats. He wouldn't have been in the top 40.
I won't disagree. I just know that niggas aren't throwing 4,000 yards with their receivers no more. So niggas are like humble. It's humbled now. Last year, top leading receiver had 2,400 yards. John Ross had half of that, 10 touchdowns, and a predominantly run offense. I mean, it could be a star like Craig said, breakdown. I just argue superstar because that was the first year that he traded from New York Giants to New York Jets.
So I like DJ Chark's on star. I think he goes down to normal. There's really no argument there. Check out DJ Moore for me while I'm...
Alright. Drop DJ Moore.
DJ Moore.
You could drop that nigga to normal. Because then what would you say about Izzo Nobella? Amount of yards as John Ross catches. 15 touchdowns though.
We've got a lot of guys coming up that haven't really been playing and hasn't playing at a high level. You look at Miles Boykins, from the time he became a Patriot. You know, he had in 21, 11, 48, 12, 15. But after that, he's never played at even a superstar level whatsoever. So he's another guy that comes down. And you know, you will argue with him, oh well, maybe it's the system he in. No, he's down. They still got receivers that's doing way better numbers than this. So he comes down and see what his contracts look like. So
Let's get right past him.
can you check the next guy for me?
Yeah, I'm on Terry. Yeah, he coming all the way to normal. The fuck normal. So we got Terry normal. DJ Moore can go normal star, get like 600 yards or 500 yards or some bullshit like that.
Match, man. Let's talk about why we going down on these players and everything, man. Let's conversate a little bit, man. Did we see the greatest? Remember, I would say 3 seasons ago. I want to call it 3 seasons ago. We saw Tyson Williams have one of the special playoff runs on his way to a Super Bowl. That we saw this year. And it might have went unnoticed and it might have went quietly, but Hits Israel did something that I spoke about. But was that the greatest performance from somebody in a postseason that we've ever seen?
Tyson?
No. I think Hits Israel jumped over Tyson. We saw Tyson go, the year that Tyson won his second Super Bowl. That year, we saw Tyson rush for 250, 16 yards of carry against the Cowboys. Then he played Jew, rushed for like 163. Then he played the Bucks to go to the Super Bowl, rushed for like 1 something.
Oh, yeah.
I remember he went crazy in the playoffs, but that's why we started calling him Playoff Williams. But did you see, and do you know the numbers that Hits Israel had and just the playoffs?
The numbers. I didn't see the first game. I saw the second, and then I saw the third, and then the Super Bowl. But I think I didn't see the first and the second, but I saw the third and then the Super Bowl. I would say it tops maybe the other two, but the first one with Tyson, I think the way that the Giants defense was, the way that the Bucks defense was, and the way that the Cowboys or Bears he might have played their defense was in, it was like Tyson at that time was doing something that was very not frustrating, like what Hits Israel isn't doing isn't frustrating. I just think that what Hits Israel is doing is more like, it's special in the sense of like punt return. It's versatile. It's punt return, more receiving, not more receiving than Tyson, but damn near matching Tyson's receiving. And so he doesn't have to produce predominantly on the run, but he's still, being an all-around used player, where Tyson was whooping your ass, smash mouth offense, and then being able to go in 5 wide and run a slant or run a vert.
I know, but the thing was this: when you thought about Tyson Williams, you really, you kind of didn't get wowed by the passing game, Tyson Williams. It was the fact that you're looking at a team that threw for 2,000 yards to 4 different receivers and almost 100 touchdowns, and then all of a sudden in the playoffs you got Tyson, who probably averaged 10 carries per game in the regular season, somewhere between 20 and 25, and explosive, over 8 to 9 yards a carry in each playoff game all the way into the Super Bowl. So you saw smash mouth football, but you saw us give him the nickname Playoff Williams because of the running. I think you blink and you miss the absolute greatness that Hits Israel gave in this playoff. 7 touchdowns in game 1. Comes back 6 touchdowns in game 2.
I didn't see game 1 at all, but I just heard the stats, so it's like, but you know, that coach can be a little, I won't say excessive, but you know, he gets
No,
the
he's
feeling the
excessive.
hot
He's a
hand.
fucking idiot.
Yeah, I'll say excessive. Actually, I will have to say excessive. That coach can be excessive. So in the sense of, you know, what I'm saying, does it diminish in that way? Like, I hear 7 touchdowns. That shit is wild as fuck. But
No, that's
very
doing
much
whatever the
like,
fuck you want. That's I'm gonna run the ball 3 times. I got 3 rushing touchdowns, 3 receiving touchdowns, and a punt return. Kiss my ass. And if you think I can't do it, I'll show you again. You come back in the Super Bowl and get a punt return. But then the game after the fucking wild card round, after the 7 touchdown performance, he comes right back and scores 6 against the Bears. Now I don't know what the numbers was against the Bucks. I didn't get to see that game, or even know. Did you watch that game, the NFC Championship game?
I did late. I didn't watch it live.
Was Hits Israel the reason why the Cardinals won that game? You know, they were striking. They were going back and forth in that game. But what did Hits Israel do in that game? You know what I mean? Like, what was his performance?
That 60-yard drag to the crib when you made 4 people miss.
All right, so he made a big play in that game. Did he rush for over 100 yards?
Yeah, 180 yards. Got like 80 receiving. 3 total touchdowns. He had 17 total touchdowns in 4 games.
17 touchdowns in 4 games. I mean, that's unheard of, bro. Like, that's disrespectful. That's disrespectful. That guy is a monster. And it might have been the greatest performance we've ever seen on a player right now.
If Babe Wood could unlock his game, you can see that punt return. I think he'll change your mind.
If who can unlock the game?
What's my man name?
Like the Super Bowl?
Yeah, if he unlocked the Super Bowl, and Max, you can see that punt return.
I saw that one live. That's the one I saw live. I saw the Broncos games from start to finish.
What happened? So what happened on that punt return? Break it down for me.
Caught the ball, swiveled out, right hash, took an inside route, bounced it out. I want to say there might have been a juke or a spin. I think it was a juke. Kind of like swiveled in, juked it out, bubbled out, rode the sideline all the way down. You know, you got to see the true speed of Hits Israel, kind of walk away from everybody. Just hit a little pit pat on his feet.
And then you seen the whole game with Craig?
Nah, so I watched that game late. I was playing. I was playing in a different league, or I was out or something like that.
So look, Hollywood Brown has been an X factor for a while, and as a Baltimore Raven, his last season with the Baltimore Ravens, he had 44 catches, 19 touchdowns, 1359, 30.9 yards a catch. He goes to Detroit last year, 65 catches, 1371, and 10 touchdowns. Hollywood is an X factor on at 30 years old right now. Is Hollywood a superstar, an X factor, or below both of those?
X factor.
I would say superstar.
Only thing he dropped in was touchdowns.
I like it.
I mean, but it wasn't about drops like Ant said, or one less or one more. It's the simple fact that 1,300
is he playing? Was last year? Did he play like an X factor last year? In your opinion,
that's something like that.
In your opinion,
I would say superstar.
He maintained the same level he had in Baltimore, and he was an X factor level in Baltimore, right?
Yeah, I agree. How about Andy Isabella? Let's take a look at him.
You're so hard.
Alright. I mean, you got to go off of the numbers. This guy, 28 touchdowns, 2,000 yards, 2,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, 2,000 yards, 29 touchdowns, 2,000 yards, 28 touchdowns. And then 2025, which was the year they decided to do something different. I forgot what they was doing, but he had 42 catches to 11, 29. Nah, Israel was 26. No, no, that was 25. Hits Israel was 25. Yep, 13 touchdowns, 11, 29. Comes back, 53 catches, 12, 53, 15 touchdowns. The man's been double digits. Is he an X factor still? I think he's still an X factor. I don't think you drop him to a
It would be the same argument as Hollywood.
As Hollywood,
he was an X factor at 25, and then he did that, and he did more last year.
I think he gets to keep his ability. Alright, any more 30-year-old at the receiver position? Let's keep going. Now we already said DJ Moore.
him down.
Go look at Eskridge.
Escobar.
29?
Oh, he's 29?
Yeah, DJ
Yeah,
Moore the
last
last 30-year-old.
Alright, good, thank you.
I'm on tight ends now.
Alright, so the tight ends, grown men tight end in the league. Let's see what they're about. Stars and all. Darren Waller.
Dawson Knox is the only one.
Normal.
George Kittle. Normal. Hunter Henry. Star. What has
Dropped
Hunter
Dawson
Henry done?
Knox to a star too. Well, yeah.
New user.
I don't think so with Dawson Knox. He was there on the Bills before. I gotta go back to him. That's what I said.
Dawson not already a normal. No, I don't know. I ain't get to him yet, I don't think.
Yeah, X Factor.
Hunter Henry is a new user. Got a new user to us. I don't know. I wouldn't hold that against him.
Yeah, you're right. I agree.
I mean, Hoodie's been
Nah,
there
hell
for
no.
second season.
Yeah, because he only a star. I agree.
That's why I said maybe a star.
I agree. All right, so we're looking at O.J. Howard at 32 years old, normal. Looking at Evan Ingram at 32 years old, normal. Austin Hooper at 39 years old, star. Let's look at his stats. You know, and the whole thing is always a positive, especially when they're on your roster still.
This nigga TJ Watt is still alive right now. What the fuck?
TJ Watt was balling last year though.
What the fuck?
I will tell you this will save him some money. What would you put this year's Super Bowl win? Where would you put that amongst your three? You got 4, right, or 3?
4.
All right, amongst the 4 Super Bowls, what would you rank this run? The whole season, the 4 losses, the couple of pieces you traded, getting rid of Tyson Williams, 2 superstar linemen, and then still, you know, coming from the 5th seed and still winning the Super Bowl. Would you rank this as the greatest one, as your greatest run to the Super Bowl victory?
I think for me, I think it was more, probably a 3rd, maybe even last. To be honest with you, I think really, you know, I was game maybe 5. I had 2 losses. And then I won maybe 2, and then I lost to the, you know, Mayos, Nano, and, you know, like at one point I think I was like 4-4 or some shit, or 4-3, I don't know, something wild, and I was honestly thinking about just tanking a little bit. You know, we just turned it around, but I kind of like self-motivated, you know, like after you win a couple Super Bowls, you get kind of like, whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you gotta, in season, you gotta make like, I literally was making like challenges for myself. You know what I'm saying? Like challenges, whether it was, you know, getting 6,000 yard receivers. I mean 5,000 yard receivers, or 6 players with 10 receiving touchdowns, right? Like little things like that. You know what I'm saying? Like to, you know, keep me focused on playing, and then, you know, I'm not gonna lie, that the motivation was, you know, guys thought they thought that was about the mind, they thought I was done.
Okay.
You know, they thought they had it wrapped up, showed up, you know what I'm saying? And that kind of lit a
Give
fire.
yourself a wall to climb over.
Yeah, kind of lit a fire, you know what I mean? So, I wouldn't rank it high though, I'm to be honest. Like I was engaged, but I had to really make a narrative. I had to really push myself to do certain things. So I would probably rank it last, man. No disrespect to the people I played. It was a great game. I'm talking about what it meant for me. You know what I mean? It
Right.
wasn't, you know, it wasn't that first one. It wasn't that, you know, the second one. And then even the third one was like redemption. It was like I just lost the nano, right? So it was just like, hold on, these motherfuckers forgot who I am. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that probably was my best one right there, because it was just, I was hungry. I was, you know, I felt like I was being disrespected because you know, I lost to somebody that people don't give respect to.
What do you say is the reason why you kept your Cardinals team together faster after winning as many Super Bowls you did? You know, after two, usually it's the reset mode, blow it up, reset it, and all that. This time around, you kind of took your time with it. Um, Give us the reasons, you know, why you decided to GM and move the way you did through your 4 Super Bowl championships.
Well, I think it was one, just wanting to keep everybody together. Wanting to keep everybody together and then see what we could do. You know, knowing that once people started leaving, we'll suffer slightly, and you started to see it a little bit last year. Um, but I think one of my greatest attributes is my ability to build and recognize things in advance. So just look at the draft we had this year, we kind of started feeling old. We hit on some picks. So, you know, getting that new wave in and just trying to do it with, you know, staying within the salary cap and honoring people that, you know, need to be honored and giving them, you know, the ability to say, hey, you know, this is what you did for the NFL, you know. So, yeah, I think that's where, you know, we at right now with it.
How much did competition in the NFC play to you keeping those guys together?
Oh, very big, very big. I mean, you see a team like the Bucks who really doesn't do much trading. You see a team like the Giants that do trading, but it's more of a retool, reload type of trading, right? Um, so you know you had to come correct. You know you got the Commanders who got one of the best rosters, if not the best roster in the league, NFC. Um, you got a great GM and the Cowboys and Snake, you know. So you got some dogs over here. And it was like, you know what, do you rebuild? Maybe only win 2 Super Bowls, or do you stand pat, build, you know, maybe not as hard as you want to, but just build and then, you know, win and then maybe suffer a couple 2 years after this.
Hmm. So a lot of it is, you know, the surrounding teams around you that was, you know, that was your competition in the NFC. You know, the way they moved and kept teams together, you kept yourself in that situation. Like you said, it's the difference between 4 Super Bowls and 2.
Yeah. And I think if I'd have broke up early, I probably would have had 1 or 2. Whereas, you know, this allowed me to get 4, and now I'm readdressing the, you know, where we at. You know? So,
Hello, Moto.
hello, Moto.
Hello? Hold
Hello,
on for a second,
Moto.
folks. All right, so a guy like Josh Allen makes a gets traded, goes from Jacksonville to New York, and 13 sacks in Jacksonville, 4 tackles for loss, 47 tackles. I think he stays where he's at 36 tackles, 7 tackles for loss, 10 sacks in New York. I don't think he did anything to drop. Did anything that would make me say drop him. We're starting to see a lot of couple of these older DNs that really aren't, you know, aren't being dropped because they are playing at a high level right now still. I think they aren't where they are right now. Even right here, look, 39, 7, 13 and a half. He's 29 though?
Yeah.
Alright, my bad. Let's get over to the write-ins and these older guys over here. Alright, Khalil Mack. Oh Lord.
You said, oh Lord.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Mac probably tired.
That snake keeping him around and shit kept hitting him with the retirement package.
Ain't terrible. Wasted all that time on it.
He balled out that first season, then kind of like disappeared. He did that Albert Hainsworth shit. Got that money and just
just said, fuck it. I ain't playing no more. Just give me that bread. Alright. So Bosa stays the same as well.
10.5 sacks. Nasty.
How about Jeffrey Simmons? This is what he did on Superstar. Does he stay at a superstar? Does he continue to stay as a superstar? Alright, 46, 6 and 10, 47, 5 and 5. Alright, so let's look at this again. Last 20 for 25, he had 46 tackles, 6 tackles for loss, 10 sacks. He had 47 tackles and 26, 5 tackles for loss and 5 sacks. So he went down 5 sacks and 1 tackle for loss. Is that still superstar worthy, or does he drop down to a star?
Are you a superstar?
I would
I
say
say
a
stay.
star. But I could argue stay too though.
Is he 31 or 30?
Give him this year to prove him.
Yeah. He is 30 years old on the dot. How about a Troy Dye at 30 years old? X Factor. Alright.
Yeah, because once RDL hit, then they going to be gone anyway.
Alright, so let's find out. Is Troy Dye playing at an X Factor level? 2025 looked like 89 tackles, 5 tackles for loss, 1 sack. And 2026 he was 44 tackles, 8 tackles for loss, 8 sacks. Is this an X Factor, superstar, or below both?
Shit.
I
He
think
went
the
off in
biggest
sacks.
weird thing is just the inactivity before A1 got over there.
I think he get to keep him for 1 year because of that inactivity.
Yeah. A lot of irregularity in between those
Yeah,
stats.
those look like computer stats for 89 tackles.
Yeah. Alright, let's look at Josh Sweat, the former Philadelphia Eagle. Is now in San Francisco, but you know his last year was 25, 26. He did absolutely nothing. He doesn't stay, he drops.
Baby, are you down?
Stop sweating me, you're down, 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 down we go, the roller coaster ride. Uh-oh, Drewski, you thought you had one. Sorry, I had to. Craig and them. I was gonna kick it with them. Gotta go. See, wanna see. All right. That's it. Now we drop out of the 30s. Let's go to the D tackles and look at the veterans of the league. All right, Aaron Donald been holding on for dear life. He's down to a superstar already. Let's see the production. Wait a minute. This guy won't go away. Alright, so 52, 12, and 5 sacks from the D tackle spot. Last year he had 33 tackles, went down from 52 to 33 tackles, went down from 12 sacks to 5. 12 tackle for losses to 5. But he went up plus 3 damn near, 77.5 sacks. Aaron Donald stays on superstar in my opinion. Anybody disagree?
No argument for me.
Right, Bo got him still playing, bro. This nigga 50 years old over there. He might be the oldest player in the league. Alright, Grady Jarrett, that you done sucked up. I know he comes because you picked him up off practice, off the free agency. No, nothing to even look at.
Just to get him out of the way.
You're moving on down. Moving on down. Alright, another player, Chris Jones, D tackle, 33 years old. Let's look at the stats and see what he did. Alright. Sorry, Chris Jones. But you are in the way. Alright, Eric Armstead, 33 years old for the 49ers. Look at the stats. Alright, so 25, 48 tackles, 15 tackles for loss, 3 sacks. 26, 50 tackles, 8 tackles for loss, 7 sacks. He doesn't go down at all. He stays where he's at. Good job, old head. Way to show that veterans can play in this league. How about DeForest Buckner? Take a look at him. Used to play for the Colts. Now he's over there with the crosstown rivals, and again, he doesn't go anywhere either. That was a good pickup for the Jaguars. Smart. Alright, how about Vita Vey? He's had a great career, Vita Vey, man. Let's see about Vita Vey. Alright, this is interesting. Alright, so in 2024, 10.5 sacks. In 25 he had 24 tackles, 47 tackles, 7 tackles for loss, 9 sacks. I think he earned everything here. Now 26, 30 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 3 sacks. He dropped there, but what does he drop to?
He's only off by sacks, about 1.5. I don't know, Hitter, what do you think?
He went down sacks 6 and went down tackle for losses 5. Went down tackle 17.
He only went down 1.5. Well, no, hold on. Is it 2027 or 2026?
We're in 2027 right now.
Oh shit.
He didn't play yet. He hasn't played at all. Did Vita Vey play good enough in 26 to be able to be a superstar? Because he didn't have X Factor season.
I don't know about that. 2 tackles for loss, 3 sacks. I mean, that I would say star. But
well, guess who's about to save a whole bunch of money?
By switching to Geico.
Or switching to Geico. Retirement and plan. Let's go. Retirement money. Retirement plan. Yeah, right. Mr. Miles Giggity. I think Miles Garrett stays the same. Answer this question. He dropped a lot of sacks though there.
I think superstar. Just because that's a lot of sacks. That's 10 sacks. And Cleveland went deep in the playoffs, so it's not like he won't play.
Alright, so let's see how much money he saved himself. That's not bad though, from superstar X Factor to superstar. He's still playing. Miles Garrett's still playing though. This is not really a loss here, because if you sign him to a big contract, again, if you look at that and you get the, because he drops to a superstar, all that money you signed him for vanishes.
You just lost Vita, so now you still got.
So he drops this down to 10 million. Like, that's a big save right there. That's a lot of money you just saved. Alright, Kenny Clark on the Buffalo Bills. You know the Bills pick up all that. And Kenny Clark won't be playing another down in anybody's team.
I'd buy that for $1. He said, rest in peace, Vita.
Look, Kenny Clark, come on down.
You heard that's contested on the Plinko chip.
Alvin Taylor.
Price is right. That shit called Price is Right, hit it.
Yeah, you know the game on is Plinko, and they drop that shit down. That shit go bloop, 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 and they fall in that little. And they made a whole game out of that on Channel 4. Let's make a deal.
Uh-oh, D-Ron Payne.
Oh, shit.
He already dropped. No, he didn't. Oh, yeah.
He definitely
Normal.
dropping.
Come down to a normal.
You could have saved me the what's his name.
I tell you, normal. I ain't gonna argue that. I don't use them.
Come on down. Oh, we're gonna have a lot of breakout messages this year. Let's go. Alright, how about Calvin Teller, 30 years old, for the Seahawks. This is a drop situation. Them old ass sideburns.
Mutton chops.
The funny thing is, he don't look nothing like his picture. Hey, you saving some bread here. What do you want? Why would you ask me to send you an invite if you ain't on fucking line, bro? Got me searching for you and shit. You blowing my shit.
You had left outside linebacker yet?
Nah, I'm over here now. Start looking at these old heads. Van Der Esch.
I think him and Fred Warner might be a little situation. It's only two there.
I'm saying he had 110 tackles, 6 tackles, 2.5 sacks, and an interception. I don't think he drops.
That's all I'm saying.
I don't think he drops at all. He's kind of solid. What about Fred Warner?
Darius Leonard drops linebacker.
Fred Warner don't drop either.
That's what I was saying. Neither one of them.
That's it there, middle linebackers.
Darius Leonard drops.
Darius drops.
Deion Jones is star, superstar. Might be a star.
Matt, was that what you? What's going on? Oh shit. Oh you I see what you're saying. So how you doing it? Max, what's up with Deion Jones?
Star, superstar. I don't know. I think maybe star. Everything's kind of like in half. Minus his interceptions.
But do the interceptions keep him at we'll be able to keep him at that superstar? I know there's only 3. Cut everything in half, so we're looking at yeah, you gotta come down. You know what? I'm gonna leave him.
Chaz Surratt, I think Chaz Surratt stays. He lost sacks, but he doubled almost
Picks,
tripled his
yeah,
tackles for loss.
and interceptions too. So he stay. Looks like the last one was Roquan. What about Roquan? I don't think Roquan drops. Yeah, I don't think Roquan drops. Reddick balled out. How about Miles Jack? And Miles Jack got a drop. About to save a whole lot of bread here. Where you driving at, Matt?
By the Poconos?
Oh, I know what you're talking about, yeah. Oh my God. Oh my God. God, Dawkins, Duggar. How about this Kyle Duggar kid? Man, I was passed the fuck out, bro. Mm-hmm. No, I don't find nothing wrong with that. I think, you know what I mean? The fact that you even put it together to do something like that is cool with me. Yeah, man, I apologize. I fucking passed out in the middle of like doing shit on the game with these guys earlier and shit. I passed the fuck out. And when I woke up, I wasn't even thinking about what time it was or nothing though, so it's on me. Oh my god. Cinderella trying to come to the ball. Let's go. Let's see, we got Uze. Now, so there'll be a Uze. Are we giving him a pass for just joining the league? Because he ain't do shit in the last couple of years.
Does he not look like he's playing for the Raiders at all?
Nah, he ain't even on the field. That guy coming down.
Come on down.
Come on down. All right. You are the next up. Sorry. Come on down. What else we got left in this bitch? Adoree Jackson. That sucks. I mean, how do you grade this right here, man? He's been consistently a 4, 3, 3. I mean, he had 74 tackles, 6 tackles for loss, a sack and a half, 3 interceptions, 64 down 10, 1 tackle for loss, 1 sack, 3 interceptions. You know what? We want to let him be comfortable, so I'm not touching his players. Matter of fact, if I see a Falcon, I'm leaving him alone. But how about Marlon Humphrey's old ass? Snake. Oh wow, he still played good. Come on for that. Okay, Snake. How about Marshawn Lattimore? Marshawn Lattimore loses his abilities, bruh. Sorry. God damn it, not him. Shit, even though he should be coming off of that star. Goofy as hell. How about my boy Denzel Ward? Sorry, Denzel. Max, you still there?
Yeah.
Can you send Snake an invite? You're gonna save a whole lot of chicken.
This nigga's appearing offline too. Fuck.
Some of these old ass corners out here that's gonna kill you when you dropping guys like this. I mean, he had 90 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, only 1 interception. Do we judge him off for that? He getting a high amount of tackles, bro. This is a little interesting right here. 3-1.
I feel like we could damn near leave him, maybe.
What the hell? Oh, somebody, yo, somebody on their phone. Good fellas.
Alright, I want to cut this short right now. We'll be back to finish off the corner safeties, and that'll be the 30-year-olds that'll get dropped, and then I'm coming back to do a show for week 1 of the season. So give me a minute, we gotta cut this thing short. I'll holler at y'all in a second.